Welcome to Common Crawford and the Jersey Guide Podcast.
What's happening?
What's going on,
gentlemen?
How's everything? How's everything?
Good.
Good.
We have a guest with us tonight.
Yes. Sir Frank
Welcome
is back.
back.
Frankie.
Welcome back, Frank.
From
Hey,
Kansas
what's
City.
up, guys? How you doing?
Yeah. Too good to be true. Got you back again. Like, thank you for letting us in and hanging out with you again.
Yeah, my head's swelling each time. Although Louis gave me about 6 minutes on this one. But,
Pretty much.
so is that Louis doing the intro now?
Yup.
He took over
Yeah.
Tom's spot?
Yeah, you see this though? He's just being a
Change it up
bully.
every once in a
What's
while.
up with that?
Yeah, he's being a bully, bro. He muscled him. You have to see the arm wrestle going on in here. He's like, I'm doing it now. No, we just we switch it up. You know,
We'll
here's
do
something
it
different.
live instead of a recorded one.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and that's
Keep
the other
it,
thing
you
too.
know.
Yeah, live. Tom, we recorded Tom's voice.
So
when
we
he
can
did,
take turns if we want here and there.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
today's-
well, I'm happy to be here again with you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Well, no, thank you
thanks
for coming. Like I said,
this is
thank you.
perfect because this is one of the ones that we like to do, like we did last. We had the questions that we were given. This is of that, the same kind of genre. The things you heard when you were growing up, the silly things or phrases that your parents would say, or even grandparents,
Yeah.
aunts, uncles, whatever, or even people that you knew. Like have a pot to piss in, but not have a window to throw it out of.
Yeah, so we got the origins.
Things like
stories.
that.
Yeah.
Your parents would say that, don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yep.
Things of
Yeah.
that nature. Where did they come from? Why did they say those things? It's crazy.
Yeah. So now we're gonna
Frank,
have.
you grew up with that. I know your parents.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it's funny
the time
when
we grew up.
when I heard when we were going to be talking about this, it's like scary enough. Some of the darker ones started popping in my head, like my dad driving down the Bell Parkway going, don't make me pull this car over.
Yeah. Because you knew that beating was coming.
Yeah, and that kind of worked.
That is hilarious.
Right.
Those are good ones, though.
So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. What does that actually mean, right?
Go ahead.
Don't criticize or question the value of something you got for free. Take it, thank you, and go on your way.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Right?
Be thankful for what you're getting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, meaning you're very poor, have no money or property at all.
Yeah. That's a good one.
But I also heard that back in the day, in Europe, they just took right out the window.
Yeah, so they would
You
pee
know
in
what
the
I mean?
pot,
Yeah.
in the piss pan, and then throw them out the
Just
window.
throw it out the window.
And that's why they
didn't
used to
care.
have women walk on the outside, right? What they was? Or wasn't the inside?
Yeah, what was it? That's a good one.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what it was.
You know what? You might be right on that one.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
think it was
and
that the women walked on the inside, so that this way, because the trajectory of the urine or feces that was in the pot,
I thought it was to
it
keep
would
them
miss the
safe
girls.
from anything on the other side, on that side of the street,
What?
keeping
Yeah.
them open to it.
No, that was us later on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that,
Yeah,
because
that
that's
might
what
be
I
true.
thought, Lou.
That might be true.
Yeah. No, I think it was for us when we, for us, that's what it was. It was, keeping the girl on the inside, like to protect her and such. For back in the day, before they had toilets, they would have women walk on the inside, and that's where they said men started to wear hats all the time, so that this way, if anybody emptied out their pee pans from the houses and throwing them out the window, that it wouldn't land on the guy's head; it would land on the hat.
Okie dokie. That's pretty interesting.
And people say we haven't evolved as a society.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
just saying. At least we found one spot to pee in and not out
Thank
the
God
window.
for
and
plumbing,
shit.
man.
Yeah,
I gotta tell you.
Yeah. Yes, the Roman Empire.
Yes.
Indoor
Right.
plumbing.
That's right.
That is too funny. All right. How about this one? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Right.
Why not? If that little shit won't shut up. If he's acting up, no. All right. So that came from, it says, don't discard something valuable when trying to get rid of something unwanted. Oh,
Right.
Okay. That's cool. I could deal with that.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
I'm sure
That's a
the
little scary,
origins
though,
are-
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they
Just
wanted
some
to throw
alone.
the baby out the window.
And I'm sure the origins of that
baby
one
out with
is
the bathwater.
probably the same as the pot to piss in time, because you threw out the bath water.
Right,
You didn't
yeah.
have a drain system.
Yeah.
There's no sewer system.
Yeah.
You had to carry
So
the
you
water
throw
in,
out the
and you had to
bathwater,
just
so don't-
carry it out.
Yeah.
So don't throw out the baby with the bath
Yeah,
water.
Jack and Jill went up the hill. Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
That's a good one. I didn't even think about that, Tom. Holy
I'll
shit.
be
That
there
was-
with bells on.
Okay.
I'll show up cheerfully and mystically.
There you go. There you go. But that one we knew. I think we all
That's
did.
me.
That's Frank when he said that when he heard we was coming on the show again. He was here with bells on.
Yeah. he was.
That's right.
Yeah. See?
You know, hopefully someday I'll be there and I can get on that YouTube channel with you guys, and I'll bring.
sure.
I'll
That'd
be
be awesome.
there with bells on.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I'll laugh if you roll up in here with the bells on around your neck. That would be
That
great.
would be
Oh,
funny.
You'll hear me. You'll hear me jingling up the driveway.
Yes. Oh, it's gonna be a Christmas episode. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, and you guys know I always love those.
Okay, here we go. We'll go one a little bit sarcastic. Yeah, bright as a cave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah. See, so that's a sarcastic gem right there. Because someone or something is not very bright at all,
Nope.
dull-witted, clueless, or oblivious.
Yeah.
Used to roast someone gently or not so gently. So that's it.
About the same as you're as sharp as a bowling ball.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love those. Yeah, I like the
You know?
sarcastic ones if you didn't know. Well, this one, it said right there, Lou, sharp as a marble.
Sharp as a marble. I always heard it as bowling ball.
That is funny. You found anyone you like, Tom?
I love these,
reading the
man. These
list,
are great.
Tom is reading the list.
Just I'm reading the
Even a
one
bu-
and I'm just hearing it in like the most like stereotypical Southern accent. Lower than a snake's belly in a wagon rut.
That is too funny.
That's awesome,
So,
man.
Frank,
And-
you being out there, though, Frank, is there anything that you've heard that you hadn't hear growing up in the city, in Brooklyn?
Yeah, like, what's the big, the phrases out in Tennessee versus where you and I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, or around Jersey.
Wow. I mean, growing up here in Tennessee is like, woo wee, you find it at a new set of snow tires. But, back in Brooklyn, it was like, when I was your age, I walked 10 miles to school.
Yeah,
Uphill,
uphill.
both ways.
Both ways.
Right.
And 5 feet
In
of
the
snow.
barefoot.
Yeah.
That's right.
With holes in my Converse.
Right.
My Pro Kids. That is funny. What was
Exactly.
the other one you said, Tom? That you were like the other one you just said?
Oh no, that's the one I read before.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now I like the sarcastic ones. I'm not gonna lie. I like those 'cause I think those are funny.
This is one I use a lot. I say that's not my cup of
What
tea.
about that put
Yeah.
hair on
meaning
my chest?
something
Remember
you
that
don't
one?
really like or enjoy? It's not
Right.
my cup-
Yeah.
it's
Not my cup of tea.
Remember
Yeah.
that? That put hair on my chest.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That was one back in the day.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Said jokingly
Look up.
about something tough,
Yep.
strong liquor or food, implying it'll make you.
Stud muffin.
Put hair on your chest. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
hey,
Bada
boom.
bing.
See, I got some heat over there.
What were you gonna say, Frank?
Back to the sarcastic ones, like I can picture my dad going, "Oh, close the door. What do you live in a barn?"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember
that.
that? Yeah.
My father always say, if you walked in the house, take your hat off.
Yeah. But that was respectful, wasn't it? That
I
was a
think
thing.
because it was more
Do you know-
military.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah.
Do you know what why it's rude to wear a hat indoors?
no.
Because it's going back from the days when people used to still use horse and buggies and it would be dirt roads.
Uh-huh.
The wooden tires, the
Oh.
wooden wheels would kick up a lot of dust from the dirt roads.
Okay.
So people would wear hats because you would have dust in your hair. So if you wore the hat inside, it was rude because
Did you bring the dust
you're
on
bringing all the
everything?
dust on
From
everything.
the outside. Gotcha.
Oh, well,
You know,
there you go.
Which
That
makes
sense.
perfect
This is
sense.
nice.
But like
Yeah.
it's outdated. It's outdated though. Now it's like, oh, take your hat off. But
Yeah.
like it's like kind of like an outdated thing. but
Yeah.
Still.
Well, no,
people
because
do
if
it.
you're outside and you're,
Yeah,
you're walking
yeah.
around, there's still dust and
Yeah, I
dirt or
guess.
whatever.
Right.
You're
Well, think
walking.
of it.
Yeah.
We have it really good when you think about what we have right now, right? We come home water.
Yep.
We have soap,
Yeah.
clean.
Mhm.
But you think people back in that day, how they had
Uh-huh.
to survive, they didn't have that until later on.
Yeah.
So then that was a luxury when they
Yeah.
first started
But
getting
isn't it
that.
funny how these
insane.
how
These
a lot of these sayings
go
are
that
like
far back?
far
Yeah.
back? Yeah, like
It's
where it's
crazy.
even outdated. Like
Yeah.
people don't even it doesn't.
There are a
apply
lot
to-
that people still say,
Yeah.
especially from my era. If
No,
you're still
but
Gen
like-
X, you're gonna.
Well, yeah.
You say it because your parents said it.
Yeah.
You wound
Yeah.
up winding saying.
But it
it.
was
Yeah.
even outdated in
When
our
they did
parents'
it, yeah.
generation.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they go back generations.
Yeah.
Like a watch pot never boils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Colder.
how far back does that go?
Holy
I can
cow.
picture like a family sitting around a fire outside. Is it ready yet, Pa?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Holy cow. Those are crazy. You going to say, Lou?
Colder than a well digger's butt.
Really?
In
So
January.
I've heard colder than a witch's tit.
That one I heard.
Oh.
All right. So then, I mean, same
mean,
thing.
it's
Wait,
cold.
wait,
You're-
wait.
I read that one. It said you're so cold, you're cold to the bone.
Okay.
Yep. Right.
There's a saying they used to have in Jersey But my friend Steve, and he was from Queens. He said they said it too. So I don't know if it was said in Brooklyn too. But you ever heard the term for when it's cold? It's brick outside.
Yeah, still say it.
It's brick.
Yeah.
It's brick
Yeah, yo, it's
outside.
freaking brick out there.
It's mad brick
Oh,
outside.
it's crazy brick, yo. Like, yo, it's super brick out there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Louis,
I don't
maybe you
even
can
know
look
what
this
that
one up.
Yeah.
You're the bee's knees.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You're the bee's knees. I actually had that one. It's on this list actually.
I forgot.
I don't know what that means. I never knew what that meant, though. And I guess I was too lazy to look it up, so I guess I didn't really give a shit. But
Right.
Yeah, Lou, you're gonna have to find that there.
Yeah, I'll find
No.
it.
So I'm gonna do this the sarcastic one about as useful as a screen door on a submarine.
Don't let the door hit you where the Lord split you.
There you go. That's a
so
good one.
I'll give you the country one. You're about as useful as tits on a bull.
There you go.
Yes, yes.
There
Not
you
the
go.
sharpest tool in the shed.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, here's a good one.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Oh, okay. What is that? Where's that from? Yeah, because I don't understand that.
Meaning directly from the original or most reliable source.
Oh, okay. I thought it was coming from.
Oh, that's pretty good stuff.
Yeah,
That's,
I thought that the first person that it was referenced to looked like a
yeah.
horse. I get it. That makes sense. Oh, here it goes. The bee's knees,
What is it?
meaning really cool or great.
You're the bee's knees.
Yeah.
You're the
Some
bee's
of
knees.
these I
Frank.
never heard.
Now I guess I know why I didn't have to look that
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
It's
seriously,
fucking
yeah. It was more common sense
Wow,
than we
that's
thought.
messed up, man.
I thought there was a little bit more deeper meaning to it, but
Some of these I never heard. Nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
I've heard that one.
I
You
never heard that one
Yeah,
before.
man.
but
That's
think
funny.
about it though. How much does that make sense?
Yeah,
Right?
hell yeah. Yeah, because then too, there was cartoons. They used to
Yeah.
show that. Yeah, the cat sitting right next to the old lady's chair and she's rocking, and the husband next, and he's like, and he's just like swinging his tail. Yeah, falls
And it
asleep
gets
and the
caught.
shit gets caught. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's freaking great. Here you go.
Come hell or high water.
Yeah, now all right. So what is that?
No matter what happens, I'm doing it.
There it is.
Exactly.
I'm making sure it's gonna happen.
That's right.
Oh, here's one. Dumber than a box of rocks.
I
love that
it.
one.
I love
We all
that.
know what that means.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, and well, elevator doesn't go all the way to the top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it stops off
Couple
at
of
like
fries
the
short
floor.
of a Happy Meal.
Yeah, I love those. Those are the freaking
Yeah.
greatest, man. I love them. Hell, ugly as homemade sin, meaning really, really unattractive, brutally honest, old school insult.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
Yeah, that's a great
That's
one.
a good one. I
right.
use that a lot too.
Those are freaking great. Yeah, because I would drop you at my feet on purpose, like that kind of stuff.
Running around like a chicken with no head on. With his head cut off, I'm sorry. Meaning
is
act
great.
frantic, panicked, usually getting nothing done.
Mm.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
which is the way they used to do it when they used to harvest a chicken.
Yeah.
You used to chop its head off, throw it up in the air, and it would run around basically until it, till the blood gushed out of it and fell, and that was that.
No
So
way. That's
it was
freaking, that. Well, again, that makes sense. That
It's
makes
crazy,
sense.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I brought that one up.
That is.
Lou's waiting for me.
Yeah, sorry, Tom. Sorry.
that goes into sorry, Todd.
No,
But
it's
don't
all
put all
it's
your
all
eggs
it's
in
all
one
it's all right.
basket.
Yeah, don't put your eggs in one basket. Exactly.
Oh my God.
that is too funny. What's this one? World's smallest violin. Yeah. So,
If
so
it ain't
don't
ro-
cry me a whip. Don't cry me a whip.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the violin, rubbing your
Eh,
two fingers together.
Here's a good one. It's very popular still to this day. Is if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, fix
That
it.
means
That's
if you
right.
got a good system working, if things are going well, that means keep it going.
on
No
trucking.
need to change it.
None,
you
just
know?
keep it moving.
And then there's another one that's spin off of that. Don't reinvent the wheel.
There you
Right.
go.
Yeah, that's the same
Don't
kind of the same
fix
thing.
What's not broke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
that's what we
There it
reinvent
is.
the wheel.
But one that always gets me is it doesn't cut the mustard.
Yeah, what's up with
I
that?
mean, you can kind of figure out,
Well,
what that means. Meaning like, oh yeah, that doesn't. I don't believe that, or that can't be
Yeah.
true. But what does cut the mustard mean?
I don't know.
I never
That
even
is a
thought
weird
about
one.
that. That is crazy, man.
well, there was a phrase. We're getting off the
Was
topic
maybe
here.
mustard
Wait a minute.
green.
Let me finish it.
Go ahead.
There was a phrase that I heard from somebody that I once knew who said, if you can't cut the mustard, you could always lick the jar. You know what that means?
No.
That sounds a little sexual. To me.
It is. It's exactly what it is.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, see, I
Right.
thought we were doing a
You know
a
what, though?
G-rated show.
But,
Whatever.
that
We were. I didn't know that.
but that term "cut the
Little
mustard" might
girls and
actually
boys.
that could always refer to mustard greens. You cut the mustard greens, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
see?
There it
Maybe.
is.
Tom's
They're
Tom's
thick.
got the college hat on
Yeah,
tonight.
he does
Wow.
too. Yes, he does.
Look
He's
at me,
so
Buffy.
educated.
Actually, it is the mustard greens.
I love it. That is freaking hilarious, man. Oh man, there was one I saw here before, man. I'm cracking up because so Frank,
Oh, this is
when you
great.
slip and you busted your ass, right, and something hurt, what were you told to do?
Get up and. I'm sorry.
No, okay.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Yeah, walk it off.
Well, all right,
Then
I'll
there's-
walk it off.
Walk it off.
Yeah, they tell you to rub some dirt on it.
Yeah.
Here's one of my favorite ones. It's dark, but it's dead as a doornail.
Dead as a
You know what I
doornail.
mean? That's when someone is definitely dead. Like if someone you walk into a room and someone is
Right.
decomposed, you go, that person's dead as a
No,
doornail.
that is the truth. That is crazy.
Yeah, well, the other one is
This is a good one.
he's got a pine cover,
Oh yeah. Yes, I remember
which
that
means
one.
he's in a coffin.
That is great. Go ahead, Lou. Which one you got?
About as handy as a back pocket on a t-shirt.
I've never heard that one, bro.
That's
Yo,
fucked up.
I've never heard that one.
You know,
That is
Oh, here's the one we all know.
what?
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Not worth the powder to blow him to hell. Harsh but classic. Remember that one?
No, I really don't remember that one.
What was the one that we always heard, Frank? It was always a
I
phrase.
don't know. I'm still jiving on that one.
Yeah, that's one. That's a pretty rough one.
Yeah, but
That's
Yeah.
Sorry,
What you say,
Frank.
Tom?
scared
I
me,
was gonna
Lou.
say that one of
It's on
my.
the list. I just read it. We're crying out loud.
Really scaring me.
What about when people
But you're
say?
the one who printed it up, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. The people say what?
People say back in the day.
Back in the
Yes.
day, yo.
You know, but what is back in the day? Is that supposed to be like really like 40 years ago, right?
Well,
Like
it all
back or is
depends.
it supposed to be
Well-
like 20 years ago?
Well,
back
it
in the
depends on
day?
who you're speaking to. So, like, we think
Yeah.
about it. If we talk to somebody who's in their 20s, right?
Yeah.
And we're saying
Yeah,
back
like
in the day, it was before they were born.
Yeah, well, or I could go, back in the day, Louie and I at this time be taking a nap because we'd be going out dancing for the next
Oh yeah,
14 hours.
That's right.
Right,
It's 9
exactly.
o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock. We're going to sleep. Take a quickie little power nap. Yeah.
Get up and get ready, then go.
Yeah,
That's it.
that is funny, man. Yeah, just
Oh,
those.
Thank you for getting us home so many times.
Oh, my
bro,
God, you ain't
yes.
kidding.
Gotta throw that in there.
Oh my.
Not
goodness.
changing
So
the
that's
subject.
Yes, yes.
Hanging on by a thread, which is kind of
Yeah. And what's
barely
the-
surviving or functioning.
Yeah, dude, that was us when we used to come back with the hangovers and have to go to work or whatever the next day from
those
partying and
hurt
clubbing.
so bad. Remember when we went to the Limelight to see Peter
Oh, yeah.
and was it Ace too? I don't know. Was it Ace too?
Yeah.
And,
It was Peter and Ace's
right.
tour together. Yeah.
and we were right there on the floor. We couldn't hear shit the next day.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It
how
was
you
shit
got
the
to
next day.
I
We
couldn't
were
hear nothing.
walking out. We were walking to the car after the concert, and we're screaming at each other.
That's
And
how
we're
loud it
thinking
was.
like we're just talking normal level.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
It was messed
Thanks
up.
for that memory,
You're
bro.
welcome.
Yo, that is great. There you go. Don't let your lip drag on the floor. That's to stop the sulking. Enough. Man up.
Oh.
Get
Right.
up. Make it happen.
Get over it.
Yeah, get over it all day.
I love my brother's. My brother's favorite one is Louis. He's a piece of bread, which is
I never heard
just
that.
to say, it's a Italian thing. He's like, oh, Marianne, oh, she's a piece of bread. It just means like she's the coolest, or you're the coolest.
Oh, it's a
friggin'
good thing.
person
Okay, I
Yeah.
to
thought.
hang out. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
scared
no,
you
it's
for
definitely a
Because
good
I
thing.
thought it would be the opposite. Like, oh, she's a piece of bread,
Piece of
just a
bread.
side.
Yeah,
Stale
just a
piece of
side
bread in the
chick,
corner.
Yeah. Still over there.
Nah.
But no,
Yeah.
so a piece of bread is good. Okay.
Yeah, oh, that is.
Then
funny.
my dad would go, yeah, this guy, he shook my hair. It's like a wet sock. Because he, you ever go, you shake some people's hands, it's
Yeah.
real
Oh, yeah,
limp and like
Uh-huh.
a
Yeah.
wet
Yeah,
sock.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Holy cow, I forgot. Jeez. And it's crazy because there's a bunch of these that I haven't heard of or
That's
look,
right.
he just go ahead. What you got? What you got?
Colder than a well digger's.
Yeah, he said that
I said that
He was
before.
in there
Oh, in Alaska.
Yeah. Oh, Alaska.
No, that's crazy.
And it's just crazy, man. Just the things that we used to just come up with, just the things that were made up, not just us as kids growing up. The slang These are freaking hilarious. Look, can't fix stupid.
Can't fix stupid.
Nope, but you could numb it with a 2x4.
Cold enough to freeze the balls of a brass monkey.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've never heard that one, man.
Oh, that's great, man. I love it.
Oh my God, what's this? You look road hard and wet. Holy Jesus, you look
I don't
rough.
know what that means.
So that means you look rough and worn out. Like you look like a. If brains were dynamite, you couldn't blow your nose. Yes, yes, yes. My favorite one is like if brains were a weapon, you'd be unarmed. Yeah, I love that one. That is
I've
great.
heard that one before.
Oh,
Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
what is it? What is it? Never mind. Just
No. It's gonna come to you. It'll
I'll
come to
come
you.
to me.
Yeah.
We'll be back after this message.
No, this one food related. It says you as welcome as a turd in a punch bowl.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I've never heard that one
Oh,
before.
that's what it is. Almost only counts with horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yes, horseshoe. My parents said that all the
Yeah.
time.
What was it?
Almost only counts with horseshoes and hand grenades.
That's right.
They say, "Oh, well, I almost got it."
Oh,
Well,
yeah, it was
almost
like-
only counts with
that's-
horseshoes and hand
Right.
grenades, which is true.
That's what they would say.
Holy shit, I never
Because
heard that.
almost is what you want
Yeah.
for a horse. You know, when you play horse
Yeah.
shoes, and then with hand grenades is
Almost got it.
almost got me.
I've never heard that one before, bro.
That's great.
That is freaking hilarious. But you know what? Me never hearing it is just that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but
That's true.
that is too.
I always
But
think
if you go back to like some of the stuff your parents said to you growing up, what's some of the the definites? Like me, it was if I did something and mom was like, "Oh, wait until your father gets home."
oh, you're
Oh
done.
yeah, yeah, because that's where the beating's
Now,
coming.
I mean, that's pretty straightforward, but you know what that means.
Right.
You know,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Even a blind pig finds an acorn
Corn
once in a while.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
even a broken clock is right twice
Twice
a day.
That's
right.
Yes.
It's just amazing so much there is, things that we said. The dog
Useless
won't,
as a chocolate
the dog won't
teapot.
hunt.
Use it as a chocolate teapot.
Yeah, because I guess it would melt.
It'll
Right.
melt. Yeah.
That's good.
That is freaking hilarious, man. I mean, like you said, like what I was saying before, just so many things that we came up with just on the fly. Look at Tom's still going with him. What you got, Tom?
As welcome as a turd in a punch
Yeah, that's what I
bowl.
was saying before. I
Yeah.
say, yeah, man. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
The food related ones are serious. Like there's another one that was on there. I was like, oh, no love.
funny.
No love. Yeah, man.
Remember that thing you used to hear your parents said?
Uh-oh.
You get a chill. Parents said
Oh, somebody walked
on
over your grave. Yeah, yeah.
Remember that?
You ever hear that one, Tom?
What?
That's when you get the chills. Like you're just sitting here and just
Somebody walked over your grave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard that one before. That's
Yeah.
a weird one.
That's a weird
Yeah.
one.
I'm
I
gonna
wonder
go.
where
that
that one
never
comes
made
from.
any sense to me.
And the scary thing is that was the parents who actually said that
to
to
you.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, or the other one is like if your ears ringing, you're like someone's talking about me.
Right.
My ears are ringing.
That's exactly right.
Mhm. But now is that a
I don't-
superstition? That would be
It's
a superstition.
possibly it was carried down from their parents to them,
Right.
to us,
Right.
and it just
I don't know.
it's eventually at some point it starts to fade away. I guess at
Because
some point.
I'm not gonna lie, when they used to say that, you get the chills and that means somebody's walking over your grave, I would
Right.
be upset. I'm like, well, who the fuck buried me where?
right. So
like, they
you
just
so
threw me-
basically you have died already.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the weirdest
Right?
one.
You
That
died
doesn't
already,
Make any
and right
sense.
now it's just what happened already.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's so weird. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Right, I know, right?
Like, oh, someone just
So
walked on my
my
grave.
grave.
Wait, are we dead? Are we like
No.
replaying?
So you're
our
feeling
life?
what you already
like what's going on here
experienced.
now?
See, you guys went dark.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what I'm
like,
saying.
no,
Like-
I went the other way. I was like, like can't even think of what I was gonna say now because you guys just had me
I'm
thinking,
sorry.
like, am I dead? Am I in the Matrix? Like, what the,
Right, exactly.
Where am
We're in the
I?
Matrix.
But it doesn't make. That's why it doesn't make sense.
That's right. It's just stupid saying, really, when you
Yeah.
think about it. It's probably a superstitious one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Probably more geared in that area because of that.
that is too
know what I
freaking
mean?
funny. That is too freaking funny. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
Oh, where there's smoke, there's fire.
There's fire.
that's right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Make sure we don't accidentally press the buttons.
Oh no, the button's over there.
Okay.
All right, but what about like you're barking up the wrong tree?
Oh, you're barking
Yeah.
up the wrong tree.
There you
Oh,
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it ain't me there, buddy. It's not me.
So I mean, I get it, dog will chase something up a tree and they'll stand there and they'll bark. But what does it mean up a wrong tree?
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, what they're barking
I
for isn't
know.
up the tree.
Right, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like
is what they're
what?
barking for, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Right, but what's on the tree?
well,
squirrel.
but I
What's on
look
the
at
tree?
it as
A
like
squirrel?
No, what's on the tree?
no, that's a reach. I think ultimately I think it means, like if a 4-foot man starts telling a 6'8" guy, "Hey, I'm gonna kick your ass." To me, that's you're barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, because you're never busting
You know
your Yeah. You're not
Yeah.
kicking my there, buddy. Yeah. Oh, she's all gussied up, though.
Oh.
There you go. That's a good one. She's looking all nice and
This
purdy.
ain't my first rodeo.
Yeah,
Ah,
there
that's
you
my
first
go.
rodeo. There you go.
There you go.
That's another one, too.
Exactly. That is a good one.
That is a good one.
Yep. Cried like a whipped pup. Yeah.
That always hit me with the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Oh, dude, I hear that so often. Because between my sons and I, even my
Sweating
dad.
like a fat kid in a bakery.
Oh, dude.
Nice.
Yeah. I got really dirty ones for that, bro. Yeah. I got bad ones for that sweating one, bro.
Oh, me
my
too.
God. Yeah.
Me too. I'm not gonna
Yeah, we
say
can't
it,
say
no.
those. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So, like you said,
Sweating like a fat kid in a bakery. There's there's
so
there's
you know,
ones that are like that.
Yeah, like sweating like a blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah
we're
blah
not
blah.
gonna say
Yeah,
that.
we can't say those.
No.
Cause I got some good ones. Funny as hell, man. Yeah,
Here's
these-
a few clowns short of a circus. He's
Oh.
a few clowns short of a circus. I like that.
Yeah. I know. Listen, I know a few people like that, bro. Yeah.
Let me play you the world's smallest violin.
Yep. That's with your little fingers.
Playing just for you. Meaning sarcastically mocking someone who's
Mhm.
whining or seeking sympathy over something minor or self-inflicted.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Often said while mining, playing, and tiny.
Yeah, that's a
violin with the
crybaby.
fingers.
That's a crybaby.
I like it. I remember that one.
Yeah.
I've heard that one a lot. As
Hell
well.
yeah. Oh, what
Parents
same,
would say that shit too.
hey, they would say it to you, or would you say it about people?
Well, they probably said it to me too. Like if I was bitching and moaning about
Yeah.
something I didn't get or whatever, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
they would do that with their fingers.
Yeah, because mine they used to play the big one for me though. Like my godfather, yeah, he was like, yeah, whatever, bro. He was just like he was playing what's that called? The big violin thing.
The
Like
bass violin.
Yeah, like the bass violin, that big
Bass
jammy,
violin.
like the doom doom. Yeah, one of those. I'm like, oh, really, bro? That's
I
how
think
you
it's
feel
called
about it?
a bass.
It might be a bass. Yeah. it
Yeah.
could be.
It's a
That's
bass.
oh,
Call the bass, not a bass.
yeah. Exactly.
It's
that
acoustic
thing.
bass.
Yeah,
Yes,
acoustic. There you go.
bass. Yeah.
Here you go. That dog won't hunt. The idea or excuse won't work. So not believable. Yeah, no. That dog won't hunt here.
And pet that dog.
Yeah.
That
dog. That dog will
dog.
No, there's this an Instagram channel of this girl. She's like from Appalachia. She's like, I'm from Appalachia. But she
No.
always says her catchphrase is like, can I pet that dog?
Yo, that's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is too
I'll
funny,
bet that
man.
out.
Holy cow. Ah,
Yeah,
same
but-
old song and
But
dance.
every dog has his day.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Every dog has his day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Every
Yeah,
dog,
yeah,
every
yeah.
drunk
Hello,
has his
Mount.
drink,
Every
Oh.
drunk has his drink.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Swing.
Yeah.
and it's a line in a song too. By the way,
Is it? What song?
it's a Billy Joel song.
Is it? I don't know which one you're talking about then. Which song is that? Remember?
Let's see. Every dog has his day. Every drunk has his drink. Help me out here, Frank. Which song is it?
Dun, 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 dun,
I'm working it. It's
Yeah.
clicking through the
it's going
the
to
Rolodex right now.
There you go. That's a going right there. I'm thinking
click,
through the.
click,
Yep,
click.
I'm thinking
Yeah,
through the Rolodex.
I haven't upgraded.
Yeah.
I haven't upgraded to the cloud. I
I
still
can't
use
check my
Rolodex.
phone because I don't.
Do you know
Yeah.
the younger
Usually, right.
generation doesn't even know what Rolodex is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have.
Well,
That's why.
you know the scary thing about that is, if they ever shut down the power, the Rolodex is reliable. The things we're speaking into right now are not.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, but you know what the
So-
crazy part is though is there's no they don't even you don't even know how to write it down anymore. Like where would you even keep your Rolodex?
Don't ask me why was the name of the song.
Oh,
That's it. Don't
There you go.
ask me why. Son of a gun, you beat me to it. I love you, Louis.
That's great.
There was no way I was going that. No one.
There's no fan though. In all fairness, Louis was always a much bigger Billy Joel fan. He actually turned me into the nut I am on
Oh,
you
I know
know,
Joe.
all
Yeah.
those years.
Dude,
I had to
listen.
listen to Captain Jack one more time. I ready to kill somebody.
That's
I mean,
funny.
the only other option to a Rolodex would be a phone book.
Oh yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
I
well,
used
I
to
had
have-
that.
I used to have a
we
little.
had a phone book. Little
Yeah.
phone
Well,
book.
you
I
know,
used to have the little black
composition
phone
book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, composition book, dude. That's a big.
Wow.
Composition book. And when you get bored, you can always color in the little white things on the front.
That's
true.
the
I've done
funniest.
that too.
Holy shit. I forgot about that. My God.
You know,
man.
you started out at the beginning of the year, you know, it was all nice and pristine. By the second month, you're like, maybe just a couple up here in the
Yeah,
corner.
I'm gonna make a
By the end of the
design.
year, boom, completely done. Both
Holy
sides.
cow.
Right.
You just got to black. You could just black it out.
Yo,
If you
Yeah,
wanted
that's
to.
exactly right.
that is too
Oh.
funny.
Sorry, I kind of got us off track.
No,
Sorry,
it's all
no.
good. It's all good. It's all good.
All right, well, strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah. No lie. That is funny.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Oh, we fixed it. Oh,
No, we didn't. It's vibrating off of something.
sorry. We had some feedback.
Yeah, just a little feedback. But I don't know what's coming.
Oh, sorry. Is that me?
No. I
I
don't
good?
think so.
I don't think so.
It's weird.
Talk me your thing.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
When you
Hello?
when you held that in, it stopped.
Did it? Yeah.
What?
No.
I assume you'll cut this out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we might.
Well,
Yeah.
not really.
Eh,
That's going to be hard.
so it's all right. All right, we'll just keep going.
Yeah, is it still on? No. It's still
See, now that was a perfect example. The three of you trying to figure it out. Here's the perfect one for that. Too many cooks spoil the gravy.
That's a good one.
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Remember that one?
There you go. Too many chefs in the kitchen,
Yeah.
That is funny as hell.
which I said every Christmas Eve.
There you go. And not Thanksgiving?
Well,
No, Thanksgiving, they all left out. My wife, well, actually, Nancy would handle Thanksgiving for the most part, but Dad would always try to challenge her
Oh yeah.
on the turkeys. So we always had like 57 pounds of turkey because we had to have two turkeys, you know, and there was always a turkey off. That's all good stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right.
exactly.
So can anybody tell me, and Lou, you might know this one, don't take any wooden nickels. That's got to be real. I mean, that's,
Frank, let me ask you a question. Where are you sitting right now? Are you in the same spot you were before?
I am.
Okay, because we felt like we were getting some, like you were fading out there for a minute.
Can you hear me?
You good?
How's this? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Okay.
Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
Yeah.
We didn't want to lose you.
Kind of funky. Something just sounded kind of
Yeah, don't
funky.
screw this up. I want to be invited back again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
hear you,
we
man.
made fun of somebody and it's coming back to mess with us. Yeah, it'll probably come up on. It'll come out on whatchamacallit. You won't even hear it. It'll
Yeah,
be
probably
edited.
when I filter it.
Yeah,
Not a
it'll
big
be
deal.
edited.
Anyway, just ignore it.
Yeah.
It is what
But,
it is.
What was the last one you said, Frank? I'm sorry.
Strike while the iron's hot.
Now
Yes.
that.
No. I'm sorry. Not that one.
But I haven't heard that
listen,
one in a long
well-
time, by the way.
Don't take any wooden nickels.
There you
Wooden
go.
nickels.
Yeah.
Wooden
Yep.
nickels.
Because when people they would give away those fake
Yeah,
nickels and then they would bite on the
Right,
What
and they
you
would
call
see
it?
if it was
So-
real.
yeah.
So it's just a matter of people getting over on people. It's such a shame that even today that still happens.
Yeah,
Even more
it
so
will
than-
happen, and it will always happen.
Yeah, and like they used the
Ah,
fake ones because
it's
they would bite into them and then try to bend it because if you made a mark, then you knew that it was a fake nickel or a fake
Right.
change, fake money or whatever. So yeah, that's insane. That is insane, man. How much in reality?
Hello. Okay.
How much in reality these sayings came in? You know what I mean? How much stuff that we did, that we said, and it all came to fruition. I guess we'll say not fruition. I don't want to say it like that, but all the things that we made up, all the sayings that we had, they were all part of something that happened in real life or was going on in real life.
Yeah, but you know the thing that kills me, I guess I never really thought like if I would have thrown out there, oh, beggars can't be choosers.
Mhm.
I never really connected how that actually would apply to me. You know what I mean? But it all makes sense now. And Louis and I were talking about this earlier. I think it's about us getting a little bit older where things, start to reveal themselves as to what they actually meant.
Yeah, exactly, man. Because the more you think about all the things that we said, like you said, the sayings were to something. Like they say, jokes are based on truth, on a reality. So that then now when we make these funnies and, like I said, it's almost like a short version of everything that we did or that we were doing that particular moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
I
wild.
just always remember though, if I would have tried something and I really screwed it up, and I go to my dad or even my uncle for that matter, and I like, yeah, you know, I tried this thing and it happened, and they go, yeah, you're a day late and $1 short.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
And
remember that.
I was like, thank you. I feel the love in that.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
I love
But
it.
it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. It is true. It is true, man. Because like I said, all the things that we would think about, I mean, it's just insane. I think it's just funny, like as far as jokes are concerned, certain stories that, you know, have that moral ending, if you will. It's all stuff that we lived through in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I don't think the stuff that we watched would be allowed on TV.
Oh, definitely not. Like what we
What
were
we
talking about
watched.
upstairs, we said Spaceballs 2 is coming out.
Yeah,
We're looking at
yeah.
You know, it's like things
Oh.
like that.
Yep.
That'd be funny.
I, you know, if that actually happens, which I hope it does, I don't even know if the younger generation would actually be able to appreciate it the way we would.
I think he knows
know,
that
it-
already.
Mm-hmm.
I think he
you know,
knows that
it-
because it's the people
He
who
knows
loves him.
it,
He's
and,
doing
and,
it.
You know, the thing that scares me though is you're right. He does know that, but it makes me afraid that he's going to alter it to a point to be able to, you know, oh, I have to think about
I don't know.
this
You think so?
category of folks, and it. I mean, I hope not.
Well,
I
no,
think it's gonna be
you
good.
know, I'm gonna be there one way or the other. We're gonna find out. Hopefully,
well, you know what?
may the Schwartz be with you.
There you go. Yes. Yes.
Is it sure?
The kids love it.
Yeah.
The flamethrower.
Flamethrower, yeah.
Spaceballs, the flamethrower.
But you
The
know what
kids
though?
love it.
It's different jokes. I think that's what we're gonna have to realize too. You know what I mean? It's different funnies that we have or we had than the kids have. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? So that then
Yeah,
all
no,
the jokes.
absolutely.
So all the jokes for us, we're gonna be like, that's kind of lame, but the kids will get it.
Well, but that's what I'm saying though. So you know, my fear is okay. We're the true fans, right?
Right.
And he's gonna have to modify it such that a younger generation would be able to get it, but us being the older generation would be like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you know
and,
what?
and I hope he's able to find just a nice even mix in between.
Yeah.
Which I think he could. I mean,
Well, yeah, that
And
makes
look,
sense.
here's the point. He's one of the greatest. If anybody could do it, he can.
Right.
I'm 50, going to be 57. My daughters are half my age. We both can sit down and watch Young Frankenstein and laugh.
Oh,
Like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, you got
So,
it.
Young
Put
Frankenstein.
on the Ritz.
You ever seen that one?
Oh,
You seen
yeah.
that? I love that
Oh, my
movie,
God.
bro. That's my favorite part.
so good. So
That's
good.
my
Louis
favorite.
and I, we torture each other throughout the years. We send clips back and forth.
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
Love it. Love it so much.
Yeah,
Why isn't it
Frankenstein, not Frankenstein.
Why isn't it Frederick Frankenstein?
Yes.
It isn't.
It isn't.
It's Frederick Frankenstein. I see.
I see. You must be Igor.
Yes. Yo, that's the
No,
greatest, bro.
no, you must be Igor.
Igor,
No,
right?
it's pronounced Igor.
Igor. But they told me I had this, dude. But they were wrong then one day.
Yo, I love it, man. And, you know, and that's what, like you said, things like that.
classic,
you know,
man.
It's all classic, but you know, that's where sayings came from. That's when, you know, we would just come up with things because movies influenced us to say things and comparisons to have the funny sayings that we were doing, you know, earlier.
Right,
know?
right, exactly.
It's just
We had some crazy
but the-
comedies. Like, think about Airplane and all those kind of parodies that started coming out. You know, and they just started getting worse. You know what I mean? It's just getting that hand, I think. But remember when Airplane
it
first
did.
came out?
Yeah, surely you can't
hysterical.
be serious.
yo, yo, don't call me Shirley. Yeah,
Don't call me Shirley.
Hospital?
that is great.
What's that?
Yeah,
That's a total it's a building.
yeah,
And you know what? You couldn't do that. Even that movie, if you took the original movie and put it in a theater and let everybody in
Oh,
for
yeah.
free,
yeah.
I guarantee you by the end of the movie, there'd be like a billion lawsuits.
Yeah.
Oh, I was offended.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's like, lighten the fuck.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, for our day, it was different, right?
Right.
So-
Yeah. We you know, it was those were real funny because we were making those same kind of jokes. I saw a real thing on social media, and there was a guy playing rap music, older rap music,
Yeah, yeah.
and some young kids were listening to it, and they were losing their freaking mind. Like, he said that? How could he say that? And it was Eminem. So Eminem isn't even like that old school, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that people were bugging out over Eminem's raps, what he was saying, who he was talking about. Like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that.
Yeah, but they didn't listen to the words.
They were listening
Yeah,
to
they
the words.
listen. And
Yeah, but
that's the thing.
they took it for something else when he meant something else.
Right. They weren't associating it that he was talking about his family, or, he was just a lyricist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's just a rapper.
Right.
They're just like, oh my God, how could he say that? But meanwhile, when you listen to some of these rappers and some of the shit they're saying, it's like, dude, like, really? You're not even saying anything. There's no message. There's no talking about your feelings. There's nothing behind it. But,
Right.
Well, you're
Well,
absolutely right, and because the rap back then was about what they were living,
right.
What was happening on the street, how they were raising, growing up, what they had to do to survive. That's what rap started out with.
Right.
And so, when you listen to LL or you listen to Ice Cube or you listen to even early Eminem or Dr. Dre, even Snoop for that matter, they were all talking about what they were living. Today, you get these, they come out there, they just pick this arbitrary subject and they create a rap about it, but they don't really know anything about it. They didn't live it.
Right.
And that's the difference between the two.
Yep. And that's why we're so great.
Exactly.
Just saying.
You're going to make me want to put on my Run DMC after
There
this.
you go. Yes.
you go.
Go out there and just blast it on in the backyard, man, and enjoy it. So with that, Frank, my brother, man, appreciate you being here again with us. Always fun, man.
Guys, awesome as usual.
Yes. Thank you for being here. So
It's all
with
good,
that,
yeah.
we're going to go and end the show with that. So thank you all for listening, watching. Follow us, like us on everything, YouTube, and every place you can find your podcast. So love, peace, and hair grease.
Live long and prosper.
And you're vegan.
Holla.
Like, share, subscribe. Your journey is just beginning, brave explorer.